What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a whoop-de-doo day. My name's Morzoid and welcome to another awesome video. So today is our very first Q&A video, which is very exciting. Over on Instagram, I asked you guys to go ask me questions. The category was personal, and I have to answer everything honestly. So here are the questions that you guys came up with. Now, Kitty Cat Buta 16 asked a very interesting question. The question is, how do you start a YouTube channel? Now, I'm not going to answer this question right now, but thank you for asking it because I'm going to make an entire video on everything you need to know if you want to start your own YouTube channel, my software recommendations, camera recommendations, all those kind of things, how to start a YouTube channel basically when you're a beginner on a low budget, and if you have money to go high quality, what you need to get. So that's for the next video. Next question. Lucindy Van Yerden asked, what is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? Well, that's a very good question, Lucindy. Back in high school, I used to do stand-up comedy, and I was pretty freaking good at it, if I have to say so myself. I really enjoyed entertaining people, just like I do right now with the YouTube. And every single time I did stand-up comedy, it really went well. I entertained people. The one time was at a sports ball. Now, the word ball already tells you one thing. It's a place where you go to dance, not to look at a comedian. And the school asked me to go and do stand-up comedy at the ball. So I tried to get some awesome jokes about sport and stuff. I couldn't get any because I suck at sport. I don't know zilts about sport, so yeah. So then I started telling some traffic jokes. Yes, that's right, traffic jokes. And it went pretty badly. Nobody laughed. I really started to get stressed. My heartbeat was raising because everybody was just staring, probably going through their heads like, is this really Morzoid not being funny? That's a terrible thing for a comedian to go through. And at the end, to try to save my ass, I did a sex joke. Yes, a sex joke. And it worked. People laughed. And then I literally sprinted or speed walked in a suit, formal speed walked, out of the freaking school hall. And I literally walked home in the middle of the night. That's how embarrassed I was. Didn't call my dad to pick me up. I walked home. There was stuff going through my mind. But take my advice, if you ever go through something like this, don't let your dreams go, because all comedians, all businessmen, all presidents, all actors, singers, anybody who has ever been successful and who is successful today have gone through something like this. Next question. John Kutsia asked, the most memorable moment in high school. Well, most memorable moment in high school. That's a pretty freaking good question. I think my most memorable moment in high school was probably the very first time that I performed in front of the school. I did a stand-up comedy thing. I think it was back in 2014. I did a stand-up comedy thing. I did the Pablo Francisco thing with the Movie Boys. It went pretty well. And that's when people started knowing me. But I think another memorable moment for me is every single time I perform in front of the school, because when I'm on stage and in character, I really lose it, and it's kind of my place that I want to be, is in front of a camera or on stage. So to answer your question, John, every single time I stepped on stage was a memorable moment to me. John Kutsia also asked, how you felt before performing one of your acts in front of everyone. Okay, here's a secret. Well, it's not really a secret, but every time I performed an act, I was all out, and people always ask me, how the hell do you do it? Well, I'm not that perfect, okay? Nobody is. Even the biggest performers in the world go through this. I literally stress so much before I perform that my throat gets dry. Even before I sing, my throat gets dry. I remember the one time me and Skobiaks had to sing in front of the school. My throat was so dry before that I drank an entire 2-liter bottle of water, and that's what stress can do to you. But on the other hand, it's also exciting. I'm very excited every single time. Before I turn on the camera, before I perform, I freaking love that feeling. Then John Patil also said, serious talent. Thanks, John. I really appreciate it when you guys give me positive feedback, because it really motivates me to go on. House of Silence asked, what and who is your inspiration for starting YouTube? My inspiration for starting YouTube has to be, well, the one and the only PewDiePie. I found YouTube back in 2012 when I was in the 8th grade. We were at a LAN party with one of my friends, and my friend Richard Poseidonot, Speker is his other name. He introduced me to a PewDiePie video. Now I thought YouTube was a place where you just watch funny cat videos. I didn't even think that there were actual people who have their own channels. I didn't know anything about YouTube. But the first video I watched of PewDiePie, and remember, this is back in 2012, is at the beginning of PewDiePie. I knew in an instant, this is what I want to do. Because it combines things that I really love to do in my life, which is acting, making movies, playing video games, just being myself, and no one can do anything about it. So PewDiePie, definitely my inspiration for starting YouTube. And then Scobiax asked, do you like cheese? If you do, sing a song in Afrikaans to prove it. Echo Fantas, brah. I'm not gonna sing that song, okay? Now, Lucindy van Heerden asked some more questions. Now, before I read the rest of her questions, here's an announcement. Lucindy van Heerden is our new Zoid Squad member as well. We will also be initiating her later on, as you guys have seen in the previous videos. We do that, it's a tradition. If you want to be part of the squad now, you will be initiated in front of a crowd of people. Now, her YouTube name is Teddy Lee. She's a very gorgeous and cute girl, and yes, we've been talking for a while, and more Zoid likes. So yeah, there's a relationship thing growing here, and it's exciting. And she's a very, very awesome girl. And I feel there's like a PewDiePie, Marcia thing going on here, if you know what I mean. Anyway, she asked some more questions. She also said, what is the most dangerous thing you've ever done? Probably opened the front door, because we live in window. What are you attracted to in a woman? That's a good question. That has to be a smile, eyes. I'm a smile and eyes type of person, and what else? Kindness. Yeah, kindness. If a girl is friendly and kind, it really attracts me a lot. Who is the most important person in your life? That is a very hard question to answer, because I'm a person who has a gigantic family. I've got a lot of friends. I've got a very special person in my life. You know who you are. Okay, you guys probably know who she is as well. But there's a lot of people who mean a lot to me in my life. So I don't know. Probably everyone. Everyone close to me. So yeah. So yeah, that's all the questions. Hope you guys have a whoop-de-doo-da-day. Thank you for all your questions. Remember to check out Instagram for the next Q&A video. I will pop the next topic this weekend. And also stay tuned for the movie that we're going to be shooting this weekend, which we will upload later on this month. Otherwise, go subscribe if you're not part of the Zoid Squad yet. Leave a like, have a whoop-de-doo-da-day, spread that love, that honor, and that peace. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.